So I'm back at it again, working on the garage. I actually got a little bit of shade going over here. Right about yonder. I have 4 panels up. On the roof. They're not fully screwed in. They only have 2 screws each holding them in. I put them up 2 days ago before I went on my first night shift. So now I got off this morning and I figured I could get a little bit of work done before it gets too hot, because they're they're calling for 88, so by the time you put me on the roof with tin that's reflecting a lot of that heat, it's just going to be miserable. So I figured I'd put the panels up, and I only have 2 per panel, 2 screws per panel in, because of the fact where I need to run like a string line end to end to get all the screws in line. So I'm kind of halfway eyeballing it now and hoping, fingers crossed, hoping for the best. The top, once I got at the top, don't matter, because by the time the flashing comes down, they're just going to get this covered up anyway. But how often are you really looking at the roof anyway, especially when you don't have a good angle to view it? And I've had my first fatality. I tape measure. Got dropped. No, it doesn't work. These screws. I got 4 different bags currently. 2 of them have red screws because they're for roofing and trim, and 2 bags are gray for all the siding. So I put an adapter on the drill and a socket so I could just put them in. Now, I know one of the big debates with doing metal siding and metal roofing is that put them on the ridge, put them on in the flat. I think on the ridge looks better. This is a protective piece they gave me. So whatever color you pick, it's what color you pick. It comes on the outside. All the rest of it comes white. So, has a 40-year, says right on it, 40-year Weather XL. So, a lot of people have the debates. I know a lot of the other people I've seen do this on YouTube also address that there's a debate to go whether put the screw in the flat or on the ridge. Now the only reason I like the ridge, because I did that on my other barn, or upholstery shop, is the edge here. This is the end that laps over the previous panel. There's no lip on the other side of it. So it makes sense to put it in top, so that way, because if you put it in where it's the place where it's the most aesthetically pleasing, which is right here in the middle. There's actually a little rib here and a little rib here. I don't know if you can see it because it's black, but a lot of people would put it here. So that means you have this much, about 5-6 inches, that can potentially get caught by wind and end up over time doing this. So what I've also noticed, that this is my edge here. There's a little lip right here left on this, and this, when it gets capped, you don't see none of this. So what I've been doing, when this panel laps over, I've been putting my screw right about here. Sometimes I catch this, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get it right in it, but these things are about 1 inch long, not including the neoprene. So by the time you figure it in there, you can see that's all you get. So you're not getting a very good bite unless you use longer screws. Now, I bought my galvanized for the upholstery shop from Southern States, and when they gave me screws, they gave me longer screws than this. But this is all they carry at the metal place, and they said you can put it anywhere you want, but when they sell the kits and they build them for their customers, they put them in the thing, but he didn't specifically tell me where. So this is where I'm doing. Good news is, I've actually gotten a little more than just those panels up. I had a buddy of mine from out of town stop by the other day and was just real eager to help, wanted his hands on this project, so I've known him for many, many years. So he gave me a little hand, and got this door mounted. This is the door that I decided to add into the design last minute. It's a couple screws in, it's leveled out. I got the strap in it to hold it for now so it's not blowing in the wind, because I haven't gotten any doorknobs or locks or anything like that. So I got 3 doors going on this, so I got to find a door set that has all 3 matching locks. The only kit, I saw a couple kits the other day at the hardware store, and they were just 2 for basically like a house front and back door. But I said we got that. We get this panels up. I dragged all my windows over here, and then as soon as I got them all over here, I kind of changed my mind and just told myself I didn't want windows. And I still kind of don't, mainly because of the size of the windows that I have. I have taller windows. They're like 4.5, almost 5 foot tall. So by the time I put them above like workbench height, they're going to be kind of hard to reach, even for me at 6'4". So, like I said, I kind of didn't want them, but everybody's telling me I do, because if you don't, you know, at least this way I can open it up, open the windows up, and get a breeze flowing. Another reason I'm not real fond of putting windows in here is because, in my opinion, even though I live way in frick middle of nowhere, maybe one day, I start getting a little more recognition and I start having more and more visitors, as it were. And the last thing I need to do is worry about somebody busting in, breaking a window, and taking my tools. For the most part, the toolbox, I'm not going to I'm not going to lock my toolbox up every night, because, who really does, unless you're working in a flat rate mechanic shop. So I've never locked any tools up. Nothing's, thankfully, has gone missing so far. But I do lock the garage themselves up, but not the toolboxes. So, but let's drag some metal around, finish getting this trailer unloaded before it gets too hot. It's still pretty early in the morning. Hey, well, 11. This stuff is already hot. Can't even touch it with my skin. It's like making sure to hold it with my hands, push my head up on the outside with my hand. But it's toasty warm. Alright, I got 6 panels set. Go ahead and grab my screws, grab my screw gun, and head up on the hot roof. Alright, as much as I'm enjoying working on the flooring up there, planking, I gotta really get this roof screwed down. I'm calling for some inclement weather here in a couple of weeks or a week or so. I don't know, I haven't really gotten the full gist of it. So, what I've done is where I put my 2x6 batter boards nailed down. On the outside, I nailed a little, 16 penny nail, whatever, 10 penny nail, whatever. And I have my string tied to give me a straight line. So I'm just going to run down the string line